Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Howdy. Jesus. Fucking, I think I'm gonna throw up. Oh, shit. Alright, welcome. I haven't made a sports video in a very long time because sports has made me real sad recently. We just got done Super Bowl 58, and I thought, why not, while there's still a little bit of Super Bowl hype still, left, why not rank every single Super Bowl. Now, what are the criteria for this? Be how good the teams were, how historically important it is, what's the narrative, how much of a good game it was. Simple. We're going off of vibes. That's all that matters, really. So first off is the first. I think I got everything in order. I'm trusting the guy who made this. I know these all ones are in order, I think, and then the first couple ones are in order. The middle section, we're just gonna assume. We're just gonna assume it's fine, right? 9 is IX, that's XIX, that'd be 20. Yeah. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. I mean, fucking, we gotta stop with the Roman numerals. We're at 58, come on. Like, we did 50, big old numbers, that looks beautiful. And you can do the X's for the 10s, but like, LIV, LIVI, all this, where like the Lombardi is like mixing into the thing. It's disgusting. Needs to change, especially with these newer ones where you got like the old chrome uh Lombardi trophy from like the 2010s, but then you're trying to mix it with like the colorful hues of the 2020s. Terrible, absolutely god awful. In terms of Super Bowl logos, from here all the way back to like here. That's the good shit. But anyway, we got the first ever game. It was the first World Championship game, AFL versus NFL. Now this was before they called it a Super Bowl. So, if you are a fan of a team like the first three, I believe, are all four actually, I think, are before the AFL NFL merger. So technically, if you want to, Minnesota fans, you're an NFL champion if you just don't look at the Super Bowl. Same thing with Baltimore Colts. Colts, you're a three-time champion. But we're gonna begin. Is the first one. It is Green Bay versus Kansas City, with Green Bay winning 35-10. I would like. This is, of course, first one. This is the Bart Starr, the Vince Lombardi-led Packers versus the Hank Stram Chiefs. This was a boring game, right? Like, this was not. I mean, it gets the novelty of being a football game, but like beyond that, yeah, 35-10. Pretty even at halftime, but like third and fourth quarter, Green Bay just completely takes it. I mean, yeah. Who won MVP? Does it say? I can't find it. But yeah, this is classic Bart Starr, Jim Taylor, Elijah Pitts, Bill Curry, those types of guys. I'm feeling mid. It's almost a blowout, won by 25. Kansas. Oh my God! Look at the fucking Kansas City. Look at that. Look at the fucking logo for the Kansas City Chiefs back in the day. That's disgusting. Look at that. That's gross. But yeah, next up, Super Bowl 2 in the Orange Bowl in Miami. It is Green Bay 33, Oakland 14. Green Bay goes back to back, and I'm not sparing anything for it being the first one. There's no historical significance. It's just a bland 2 Super Bowls in, and we already got what I call a filler Super Bowl. Yeah, nothing to talk about here. All right, Super Bowl 3. This is like a legendary one, right? Because this is the Joe Namath calls his shot. Um, First time AFL beats the NFL, but it is against my Baltimore Colts, and it is a pretty boring game. Scoreless after one. Jets get a touchdown in the second quarter. There's two touchdowns in the whole game. Colts don't score till the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean that's pretty garbage. Who was Johnny Unitas was? Yeah, like Johnny Unitas, 11 for 24 for 110 yards. Boring. Joe Namath putting in the first truly great quarterback performance. Even then, 17 for 28, turned 6 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. QB rating of 83. Not that impressive. So yeah, this one's going in mid. Only saved by the storyline behind it. Super Bowl 4, Kansas City gets their win against Minnesota, 23-7. Another bland one. It's nice that Hank Stram gets the win. Um, yeah, so many classic sound bites. Is where I think of when I think of an old timey football coach. Um, I'm going to Pro Football Reference for all of the stuff. Yeah, Minnesota 7, Kansas State 23. Super Bowl MVP was Len Dawson. Makes sense. Underrated all time. Len Dawson went 12 for 17, 142 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Joe Cap was the passing, was the quarterback, not Fran Tarkenton. I did not know that. Yeah, like 3 sacks from the Chiefs. Yeah, 3 sacks from both teams. Nothing interesting really happening. Len Dawson was the main guy. Over on Minnesota, this is still not the Purple People Eaters yet. So yeah, this bland. I'm gonna put it above Super Bowl. Oh wait, no. Did we already? Wait, I'm talking about Super Bowl 4. What the fuck? Why did I already? Yeah, whatever. Super Bowl 5. This is Baltimore beats Dallas 16-3. Now this is a classic. Okay, call me biased because I am, but Super Bowl 5 kind of low scoring. To be fair, only 16-13. But these are two freaking juggernauts of teams of the 60s. Very much the last dying breath of the old NFL with the Colts and the the new uh, going into the 70s with the Cowboys. Let's see. Yeah, pretty looks like a pretty fun game. Unitas only threw 9 times. There's two two Colts quarterbacks. Unitas threw 2 interceptions. Damn, that's crazy. Who won MVP? Is this the one where a loser won MVP? Chuck Howley. Who's Chuck Howley? Chuck Howley. Yep, Dallas. Interesting. Low scoring, but a solid first one post NFL merger. Let's move on. Super Bowl 6. Dallas 24, Miami 3. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything to this one. Dallas is. I always think of Dallas's first 2 Super Bowls as being pretty close together with like Staubach. But actually, there's like. I mean, after Super Bowl 7. Or. Sorry, 6? Fuck. Yeah, 6. Super Bowl 6. They don't win 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there's like 5 years in between those 2 wins. Yeah, bland game. That might be the word. Actually, no, that might be a garbage. Our first garbage. 24-3. With no real interesting narratives. I mean, it's the Starback, America's team first win. That's interesting, but like it's by no means their best. Next up, this is the 72 Miami Dolphins beating the Russian Redskins 14-7. This is going in solid time. right? Because it's the 72 Dolphins. Everybody loves them, you know? Everybody likes the 72 Dolphins. Even if it wasn't a very exciting game. I mean, it's Bill Walsh's biggest achievement. Well, maybe I should go to StatMuse. I like StatMuse because they use colors, which helps my brain. Yeah, like, kind of a boring game, but, like, whatever. Yeah. Bob Greasy is the guy. That's crazy. Alright, next up, Super Bowl 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, Super Bowl 8. Miami crushing Minnesota. This is peak Purple People Eaters. This one's going in mid. Nobody thinks about this one compared to the 72 Dolphins. Not particularly close game. 24-7. That's mid. That's definition of mid. Next one, Super Bowl 9. Pittsburgh beats Minnesota 16-6. Another mid one. I'm not ranking them. It's just general tiers. Begins the Steel Curtain era, so it has that going for it, but it's only 16-6. I don't know if I can think of anything else that happens this one. Is this the catch? Vikings fans should probably not listen to this part of the video because this is a rough stretch of games for you guys. Defense stuns Vikings. Yeah, what's the famous moment from it? Is this? I think this is the catch because that's what starts the Steelers dynasty. I think. So whatever. All right. Next one. Now here we go. Here's a good one. Super Bowl 10 is Pittsburgh versus Dallas, the two top teams of the 70s. I mean, you can throw in Oakland in there as well, but who cares? Pittsburgh beats Dallas 21-17. Now that's a fun, that's a good game right there for the 70s. 21-17. Oh, those cats were slinging it. Yeah, back to back for the uh for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pre-even game, tied going in after the first. Dallas takes the lead at half, and Pittsburgh scores twice in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, Cats were slinging it. Bradshaw went 9 for 19, 209 yards, but he got 2 touchdowns. That's the type of football I love. Low accuracy, just fucking Starback threw 3 interceptions. Yeah, this is the first great game on the list, and I fucking hate the Steelers. Come on, I'm a Baltimore boy. But Super Bowl 11, Oakland 32 beats Minnesota, putting Minnesota out of its misery. We'll put in mid. This is, classic John Madden in the Rose Bowl. Next up, Super Bowl 12 in the Superdome. Dallas beats Denver 27-10. Now this is pre John Elway Denver, right? So I got no fucking guy. This is gotta go in mid, I guess. I mean, this is just padding Dallas's stats. Next up, next year, Super Bowl 13, Orange Bowl, Miami. Run it back, Pittsburgh, Dallas, 35-31. God, that's a good ass game. Yeah, I think this is the famous one. This is the famous one where, like, I think Dallas only got to the Super Bowl by like doing the Hail Mary play against the Vikings in the NFC Championship. Oh wait, this is Super Bowl 13. My bad. All right, let's look at the stats. Let's check this out. 35-31. Who was the MVP? Super Bowl MVP Terry Bradshaw, who went 17 for 30, 318 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Staubach doing pretty good. 17 for 33, touchdowns, 228 yards, and an interception. Yeah. I mean, that's just that. I feel like that has to go goated, right? I mean, that's a good ass game. Yeah. In terms of rushing, Tony Dorsett, 16 attempts for 96 yards. Drew Pearson caught 73 yards. Two receivers for Pittsburgh, Lynn Swan and John Stallworth, both got over 100 yards receiving. Man, did they fucking run the ball at all? Franco Harris, 20 runs for 68 yards. Yeah, that's a good Super Bowl right there. Okay, next up, Super Bowl 14. This is Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Rams. Oh, shit. Did not. 31-19. Solid time. That's a fun score. But, I mean, it's just Steelers get their fourth. The last ring of a dynasty is always the one where people are like, okay, wrap it up, guys. Come on. But at least it was a fun game. Back to the Superdome for XV, which is the 15th, which is Oakland beating Philadelphia 27-10. Again, fucking, you could have fooled me that the Eagles went to a Super Bowl in the 70s. I wouldn't, or this is 1980. Or 82, 81. Next up, Silverdome, San Francisco 26, Cincinnati 21. This is a classic. This is a classic. Make sure I have the right one. XV1. Yep, great game. This is the Boomer Tyson. And what the fuck is the quarterback's name? Am I getting this right? Or am I gonna look like a fool? Begins the Niners dynasty. With obviously Montana and Rice kicking off, which is probably the coolest dynasty in sports history. Yeah. Bengals almost come back in the fourth, or in the second half. Super Bowl MVP is Joe Montana, obviously. Joe Montana, 14 for 22, 157 yards, and touchdown. Ken Anderson, that's who I was thinking of. Chris Collinsworth is the receiver. I don't know why I said Boomer. What was the fucking... Is this pre-Jerry Rice? Huh. Is it? Or am I reading this wrong? I don't see Jerry Rice. Either he was injured and didn't play, or this is pre-Jerry Rice. That is interesting. Big if true. Everything matched it. 1983, there's Washington beating Miami 27-17. Solid time. It would be great, but there's no like big story out of that. You know. God damn it. Again? Let me close out that. Okay. Next up is the LA Raiders beating the Washington Redskins 38-9. Bland. I mean, come on. San Francisco 38, Miami 16. Now, this is a big one. This is what you think of when you think of the San Francisco dynasty, or this era of quarterbacks. This is probably the two teams you think of. Dan Marino, in his only Super Bowl appearance, which is wild, loses to Joe Montana and Jerry Rice 38-16. Not a good game, but is historically significant, and as the two big names of the 80s. So I'm still gonna put it in solid time. Alright, next up is San Francisco nope, sorry. Next up, Super Bowl 20. This is the 1985 Chicago Bears beating the New England Patriots by 36 points, 46-10. Again, the fact that it's the 85 Bears keeps it from the two lower tiers, but like, come on. You're not going to go back and watch this if you're not from Chicago. Alright, 21. New York Giants 39 over Denver. This begins Denver's streak of just getting their ass whooped in the Super Bowl. I think this is like this is the Lawrence Taylor's um Lawrence Taylor and Bill Belichick Giants. It's all time. We're getting into the very aesthetically pleasing ones. 1988, Washington beats Denver 42-10. This is the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. This is also the super short season, but it's also a boring game, so it goes in mid. All right. San Francisco 20 beats Cincinnati again 16. This might be what I'm thinking of. Super Bowl 23. I'm getting better at reading numerals. Let's look at this one. All right. MVP was Jerry Rice. I don't know why I'm on Wikipedia. Give me the real stuff, baby. Yeah, pretty boring first half, but pick it up towards the end. This is the one with Boomer Esiason, who did not play well. 11 for 25, 144 yards, and an interception. In comparison, this is probably Joe Montana's best Super Bowl performance, I think. Actually, no, the one against the Dolphins is, but still is pretty good. 23 for 36, 357 yards, and 2 touchdowns. With Jerry Rice catching 11 passes for 215 yards. That's crazy. Who got the interception for the Niners? Oh, Bill Romanowski. He played for the Niners? That's crazy. Great game. I mean, it's fun to. The only thing better than watching the Bengals lose in the Super Bowl once is watch them lose twice. Oh, next one. This one's rough. This is San Francisco 55 beating the John Elway Broncos by 45. Oh, that's rough. I think, is this the one with Steve Young? I think this might be the one with Steve Young. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. That's. I'll put in bland just because if I put in bland, less people will go out their way to look into it. I don't want people to look at that performance from the Denver Broncos. Next up is New York Giants beating Buffalo. We begin the era of the Buffalo Bills. This is probably the best game of the bunch. This has a famous missed kick, and it's a great game. I believe that's the Giants' second title. Next up, Washington beats Buffalo in another great game, 37-24. Solid time. Then, this one's oof. This is the famous one. This is 1993 Super Bowl 27. Dallas. How about them Cowboys? Dallas Cowboys. 52 points beating the Buffalo Bills by who only scored 17. Oh, wow. I'll put that in solid time just because, I mean, that 90s Cowboy team is so much fun. But next year's repeat, 30-13, that's going in mid. Wow, this was the era for not very fun Super Bowls, at least score-wise. All right, 95, this is the San Francisco 49ers beating San Diego Chargers. 49-26, this is Steve Young's, I think this is the last, yeah, this is the last Niners win, I believe. Yeah, definitely. Which is, that's weird. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, haven't won a Super Bowl in 28 years. That's weird. Is you always think of them as kind of in the running. What? This is the year where it's like the thing with this era is these like past this little 5 year stretch is that's either gonna be the Niners or the Cowboys, and they're in the NFC, so they're gonna end up playing each other. I think this is like a famous NFC Championship game, but nobody cares about the Super Bowl. But also saw a lot of points, which is fun all the time. I'm a simple man, okay? This is Dallas versus Pittsburgh. Yeah, this one I completely forgot about. Wow. Okay. Yeah, sure. That can go. That's Super Bowl 30. That's mid. Oh my god, the two worst teams. That's just like Steelers not getting the memo that they have that they're not supposed to be relevant till the 2000s. Being like, we can still go with you guys once more for good old times. It's like, no. I'm gonna close out of this ad. We're gonna I don't it's bringing a bad vibe. Alright, Super Bowl 31. This is the famous Brett Favre win, 35 over 21, solid time. Next up is Denver beating Green Bay. John Elway finally this is an all-timer. Only decided by one touchdown. John Elway finally wins the big one. Two of the most fun quarterbacks to watch of all time. Yeah, that's going in there. With Terrell Davis at running back, probably carrying John Elway's old ass through that whole season. And then Denver repeats it next year, Super Bowl 33 against the Falcons, the Dirty Bird Falcons, 34-19. This one, garbage. Yeah, I like the John Elway Broncos and everything, and it's a fun game scoring wise, but like these aren't the best two teams. You know, this is an NFL where both the Niners and Cowboys have completely collapsed at this point. Broncos sneak in, and that's fine. And then the NFC, it's so obviously supposed to be the Vikings in this spot, but the Falcons win instead. If this was Vikings Broncos, could have been crazy good, but whatever. Next year, ooh. Okay, now we're getting to the ones where it's like every single one of these I know of. Okay, like 1999 onward. This is the St. Louis Rams, the great show on turf, versus the Tennessee Titans, the surprise underdog. Yeah, the stories in this one are great. Obviously, the 1 yard short is a famous moment. But this is the Marshall Falk, Torrey Holt, Kurt Warner, Rams. They're just so fun to watch. Not the best scoring wise, but like the whole story of Kurt Warner literally going from bagging groceries to Super Bowl MVP. I mean, that's an all-time story right there. Next up, Baltimore Ravens completely fucking annihilate the New York Giants 34-7. This is the game with two back-to-back kickoff return touchdowns. And I mean, this is the 2000s Ravens defense. Obviously, it's a near blowout, so it's not getting into these two upper tiers, but solid time. 2001, this is Patriots beginning their dynasty and ending the greatest show on turf. Yeah, I mean, it's a low-scoring game, comparatively, 20-17, but the Vinatieri kick, the last drive from the Patriots, the Bill Belichick just forming a great defensive plan. That side of the ball is probably the more fun part to watch going back. But yeah, that's a great game, all-timer. Next up is Tampa Bay 48 against Oakland 21. This one's gonna go in solid, but the only fun part is with the coaching. With John Gruden switching from Raiders to the Bucks and getting the Bucks a Super Bowl. Outside of that, this is really not that interesting of a game. Next year, New England 32 beats Carolina Panthers 29. That's a great game. I don't have anything else to say about that. But then next year, 24-21 Philadelphia, solid time. I'm butthurt that Philadelphia team didn't win because they had so many talented guys. That's Terrell Owens and not Dante Culpepper. Oh fuck, I'm blanking on the name. It might be Culpepper. We're just gonna say it's Culpepper, even though I don't think it is. But yeah, that's that very fun Andy Reid Philadelphia team that went to like 5 straight NFC Championship games. Next up, Pittsburgh 21 over Seattle 10. Fuck this game. Anybody who knows anything about this game knows that this game was rigged nearly in every yeah, this game sucks. This isn't just because it's the Steelers, because I like a lot of the 60s, 70s, or the 70s Steelers games, but like this, screw this game. Seahawks got robbed just because they wanted Jerome Bettis to win a ring. Yeah, screw that game. Indianapolis Colts 29 for Chicago Bears 17. Peyton Manning after 8 years, which isn't like a crazy long amount of time, but whatever narratives. Gets his ring against Chicago. It's a fun time. Devin Hester with the kickoff return. It's probably the moment of the game. New York Giants versus Patriots. This is 2007 game. Both of these are both the Giants Patriots ones are going all time. Just yeah, I mean the helmet catch and the other big catch for the Giants, famous moments. Still very close. Patriots feel unstoppable in both games, which makes the Giants upset. And they're really good running game. They're really good defense, just even better. Yeah, classic, very fun to watch. 2009. This is Pittsburgh 27 versus Arizona 33. This is the best Super Bowl ever. This is the famous Hines Ward corner catch. This is all Big Ben and Hines Ward versus freaking Larry Fitzgerald and Kurt Warner. If only the Cardinals had even a slightly decent defense at any point in their team's history, could be better. Next year, Saints versus Colts. This is Breeze versus Manning, but kind of underwhelming. 31-7. It's all time, but like, yeah. Green Bay 31, Pittsburgh 25. This has the best uh, individual Super Bowl performance yet. Brady. I don't even think Brady beats it because all of his work came in the second half. But Aaron Rodgers in this freaking for 2010. Oh, sorry, 2011. It's the 2010 season. Um, yeah, Clay Matthews with a clutch first fumble is watching the Steelers lose, which is fun. Both these two teams went Packers went 10-6, Steelers went 12-4. Yeah, these are two of the best quarterbacks of the 2000s. The two most fun quarterbacks to watch of the 2000s. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers going 24 for 39, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, passer rating of 111 against a very good Pittsburgh defense. That's undefeated. Um, I don't know if we're gonna be calling any other Super Bowl better. Back to the New York Giants beating the Patriots. Same thing applies. Although it's more funny the second time. Wait, Pittsburgh beating Arizona. Did I already go over this? Oh wait, no, I read the previous. Um, I read the 2007 uh Patriots Giants game. What we're actually into now is the Baltimore Ravens versus San Francisco 49ers. This is actually the best one in history. I mean, the narratives are obviously start with the coach. Battle of the brothers at both head coaching slots. Then go on to quarterbacks. Joe Flacco with an amazing run to the Super Bowl, running through Rookie of the Year Andrew Luck, greatest offense in NFL history, possibly with the Broncos, beating the Patriots. What a goddamn run! And then Colin Kaepernick with a incredible rookie year and a very good game against the Seahawks in the NFC Championship. And then you got like guys like Anquan Bolden and Jacoby Jones coming up clutch. Randy Moss is in this game. He plays for the Niners, which is insane. Um, and then of course Ray Lewis going out in a blaze of glory. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best one. The blackout. Oh my god. Yeah. Next one. Seattle 43, Denver 8. This is the worst Super Bowl. This is the most disappointing one. I mean, it's the best defensive, one of the best defenses of all time versus one of the best offenses of all time, and it's a one-sided blowout. Levi Stadium, 2016. Denver beat Carolina. This is bland. I mean, this Carolina team is not ready for the Super Bowl, and it shows. This is Super Bowl 50, right? Hmm. I've done a poopsie. This is New England, Seattle. I skipped over. Oh, that's what happened. I skipped over New England, Seattle. Um, New England, Seattle. That's another all-timer. Obviously, the Malcolm Butler interception is famous, but the rest game is very fun. Yeah. Okay, now we're at Denver, Carolina, 50. Yeah, bland. Carolina's not ready for a spotlight, and Peyton Manning isn't very fun to watch. It's not just Von Miller carrying this team. I don't know what's going on over here. We're just gonna slide you into mid, just in case. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're gonna ignore everything else. This is New England, Atlanta. Goated 28-3. Funniest shit I've ever seen. And then instantly following that up with another goated Super Bowl with the Eagles destroying the Patriots. Incredible. 41-3. The Philly special, Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP, along with a bunch of guys, a bunch of really likable Eagles players like Jason Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, all winning. Yeah, that's Deshaun Jackson, I think, is on this team too. Nice for him to get a ring. Then this is the LA Rams versus the New England Patriots. Oh, 13-3. Julian Edelman is the guy who won Super Bowl MVP, and it's not good. Because all the Patriots players are just old, but they still have Bill Belichick, so they automatically win. And just like Gronk is broken down, Edelman's broken down, Jared Goff shits the bed. Oh, that's a rough one to watch. But then, we had Kansas City versus San Fran. Great time. Casey coming back at the end to make it 31-20. Ooh, this is okay. LIV is Super Bowl 58, 57. Super Bowl 55 is very funny, and I'll tell you why. This is Bucks versus KC. This is Patrick Mahomes' chance to take over the league from Tom Brady, and he absolutely fucking fails because none of his receivers can catch, and the Bucks defense is too dominant. So Brady gets to just like dink and dunk and throw check downs all the way and completely destroy the Chiefs, and it's hilarious. Super Bowl 56, that is Rams versus Bengals. Very fun time. Bunch of guys on the Rams, the superstar Rams, fully going all in and getting a chip. Guys like Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford. I mean, this is a legendary run. Last year's, which was Eagles versus Chiefs, goated. Yeah, incredible. It's 38-35. Two very fun offenses with not very great defenses, or at least not very great defensive performances. Yeah, great. And then Kansas State versus San Francisco too. It's a great game. Okay, 25-22. A tight throughout. It goes all the way to overtime, longest Super Bowl ever. But like, nobody wanted this game. you know, there's no fun story in it. Really, it's just well, we need to fill the quota of the next dynasty, so I guess Kansas City can get another ring. So yeah, whatever. Kind of ends the video on a down note, but there you have it. Those are my opinions on all the Super Bowls. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 perfect 10. Top 10 Super Bowls right there. Have you ever seen a tier list turn out better than this? Okay, that was my opinion on Super Bowls. This was very silly and off the cuff, and I hope you got some sort of enjoyment out of me talking about different NFL games. So yeah, see you guys next time, I guess.